Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We begin in the name of Allah, the Most Beneficent, the Most Merciful. The question before us today is Zakat wajib on paper currency? The answer, if you look at the transmissions and narrations of the Imams of Ahlul Bayt alayhimu salatu wassalam, would definitely have to be yes. For the simple reason that paper currency constitutes and counts as wealth. And what the Imams tell you is that Zakat is wajib. It was made wajib by Allah and the Messenger on all the things that constituted and counted as wealth, as mal or amwal, during the time of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Holy Prophet did not exempt any item of wealth from zakat. All of the instruments of wealth in his time, he made sure he levied zakat on them. So that tomorrow, when new instruments of wealth emerge and appear, you don't get to argue and say, well, this particular instrument of wealth did not exist during the time of the Holy Prophet. It is not part of that list of 9 items. Those 9 items are simply representations of what the wealth during the Prophet's time used to be in the form of, right? But until the Day of Judgment, everything that serves as an instrument of wealth or that counts as wealth and constitutes wealth will be zakatable. Zakat will apply to it. Because we have a beautiful maxim that you can even access yourself at home from Nahj al-Balagha. Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali bin Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam explains to us the philosophy behind zakat and how zakat works. He says, Inna Allah subhanahu farada fi amwali al-aghniyai aqwat al-fuqara. Fama ja'a faqirun illa bima mutti'a bihi ghaniyun. Wallahu subhanahu sa'iluhum an dhalik. He says Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has farada, he has fixed on a mandatory and compulsory basis, not optional or voluntary. He's not talking about mustahab sadaqah. Farada, he has made wajib in the wealth of the rich, fi amwalil aghniya, in the wealth and money of the rich people, he has fixed in it a share for the poor. Their sustenance, he has placed it where? In the wealth of the rich. Why would he do that? It's a test. The whole life is a test. And everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his legislation is designed to test you. Whether you're rich or you're poor, you are under examination. So the Imam says Allah has taken the sustenance of the poor, placed it in the wealth of the rich, and then he asks the rich people and the wealthy people to give that portion. It's not a very large portion. 2.5% of your savings is not too much to ask. But it shows, it's a way of you showing your submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and recognizing that Allah has a greater right over your wealth than yourself. And so when he commands you to give 2.5% of your annual savings to the poor people of your community, then you have no option but submission before that. So Imam says this is what Allah has done. And that's why the Imam goes on to say, فَمَا جَاءَ فَقِيرٌ إِلَّا بِمَا مُتِّعَ بِهِ غَنِي. He says no poor person starves or is deprived of his basic needs except because some rich person out there has withheld the zakah. But the Imam says not to worry. Wallahu subhanahu sa'iluhum an dhalik. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will interrogate and he will bring every rich and wealthy person who defaulted on zakah. He will bring them to account on the Day of Judgment and he will pursue them relentlessly on the Day of Judgment. والسلام على من اتبع الهدى.